Hello, welcome to History and Art Secrets for a new journey in search of knowledge. Giuseppe Tartini, Piran, the 8th of April 1692, Padua, the 26th of February 1770, was an Italian violinist and composer of the Republic of Venice, author of the famous violin sonata in G minor, The Devil's Trill. The Trieste Conservatory is named after him. He was born in Piran in Istria, then in the Republic of Venice, to Giovanni Tartini, a Florentine, who served as a scribe of the salts of the Serenissima and Caterina Zangrando. He first entered the school of the Oratory of San Filippo Neri, but having distinguished himself for his brilliant abilities, he was sent to Capodistria to complete his studies. It was there that he received his first lessons in music and violin. In addition, the art of fencing became familiar to him, which he surpassed his teacher. His parents had believed they could introduce him to ecclesiastical life as a Franciscan, but, failing to do so, they sent him, in 1708, to the University of Padua to study law and pursue a career as a lawyer. His great abilities made studying so easy for him that he even managed to perfect his skills in fencing. This passion became so strong that he wanted to go to Paris or Naples to become a master of arms, and would have done so if he had not fallen in love with Elisabetta Premazore. She was the niece of the Cardinal of Padua Giorgio Cornaro, to whom he gave lessons. Tartini married her secretly in 1710 in the Church of Carmine, attracting the wrath of the family and the cardinal. He had no choice but to leave his wife in Padua, who was locked up in a convent, and flee to Rome. He wandered from city to city until he found refuge at the sacred convent of Assisi, where Father Torre welcomed him and supported his interest in the violin. He remained 2 years in the convent and devoted himself to studying the violin. The lessons of Czernohorski, a famous organist who was practicing in the convent at that time, completed his training. During this isolated retreat, his character changed. From violent and proud, he became amiable and modest. One day, while playing the violin in the church choir, a gust of wind lifted the curtain that was hiding him and he was recognized. Tartini thought he was lost, but instead the cardinal had forgiven him and was looking for him to lead him into the arms of his wife. In 1714 he went to Ancona, where he found employment playing in the La Fenice theatre. In Ancona, he developed a new way of playing the violin by discovering the phenomenon of the third sound, Tartini tones, or the resonance of the third note of the chord, when the two upper notes are heard. In 1721 the Veneranda Arca di Sant'Antonio asked him to serve at the basilica. He accepted, and from 1721 he directed the orchestra of the Basilica of St. Anthony of Padua, which consisted of 40 musicians. In 1723 he was called to Prague for the coronation of the Emperor of Bohemia Charles VI, a city where he remained for 3 years. In 1726, health problems caused by the climate forced him to return to Italy, and he settled again in Padua, where he resumed his activity at the Basilica. In 1728 he founded the Scuola delle Nazioni in Padua, a violin school in which he was able to train many students who later became famous. Among his students we should remember Antonio Salieri. Around 1740, Tartini made friends with illustrious personalities, including Frederick II of Prussia, for whom he wrote a concerto for flute. Due to gangrene in the leg, he died on the 26th of February 1770. His body rests in the Church of Santa Caterina in Padua. His most famous work is the violin sonata in G minor, known as the Devil's Trill, and it is technically very demanding. The composition is structured in 3 movements. The inspiration comes from a dream the composer had in 1713, but the analysis of the musical style places it around 1740. If you liked this video, please like it, share it on your social networks and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Hello, welcome.